नमस्ते। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्. In this ninth part, Aruna Prashna talks about Punya, Papa, Mrityu and what happens to somebody upon death and how do they get reborn, what is the treatment they receive after death and based on their punya and papa and in what shape they may come back in another life. Pruchhami tva param mrityum avamam madhyamam chatum. It says, now I am asking you about the ultimate or param mrityu, madhyama, the medium, avama, the small one, and also chatum, the fourth one. So what are the four kinds of mrityu or four levels of mrityu that one may attain in this life? Lokancha punya papanam etat pruchhami samprati amumahu param mrityum pavamanantu madhyamam. Also, I am asking you about the worlds that one obtains from punya and papa. Punya papanam lokam, what kind of world do they reach based on their punya and papa upon death? Etat pruchhami samprati. Now I am going to ask you about that. And they say ahuhu, they say that Surya, this amum, so this Surya himself is the param mrityu. And Pavamana is the middle one, the middle one. Agnirevavamo mrityuho chandramaschaturujyate anabhoga param mrityum papasayanti sarvada. So Agni himself is the fourth one. So the four mrityus are described as Surya and then Pavamana and Agni is the smaller one and Chandrama is the fourth one, fourth mrityu. And people who are papis, right, who have done papa, papaha sarvada sayanti, they always attain the ultimate mrityu, anabhogaha. So without enjoying any pleasures, the papis, the one who have done maximum papa, they always attain the param mrityu. Abhogastveva sanyanti yatra punya kruto janaha tato madhyamamayanti chatumagnincha samprati. Abhogaha, those who have done some punya and they have experienced that bhoga, right? And they attain those worlds, the respective worlds. So the swargas or whatever they deserve based on their punya, they attain those worlds. Yatya punya krutaha janaha, those who have done punya, they attain the worlds that they deserve based on their punya. And those with medium, a mix of punya and papa, madhyamam ayanti, they attain the middle world. And the chatum agnincha samprati, those who are only papa, or minimum papa, they attain the fourth one, which is Agni. Pruchhami tva papakrutaha yatra yatayate yamaha tvannastad brahman prabruhi yadi vetha sato gruhan. Hey Brahman, I am asking you, pruchhami tvam papakrutaha yatra yatayate yamaha, where does Yama take the ones who have committed papas upon their death? So which is that world or place to which Yama takes them when they die? If at all you know about that, right? So if he knows, or you can say if he knows about their gruhan, so if they know, if Yama knows about the base of what all they have done, if their bases are covered by Yama, then where does he take them? So tat prabruhi, so please explain that to us. Kashyapaduditas suryaha papan nirghnanti sarvada rodasyorantardesheshu tatranyasyante vasavaihi. The seven Suryas that we talked about, Aroga, Bhraja, Patara and so on, which are all born from Kashyapa, the eighth Surya. So the Suryas Uditaha, born from Kashyapa Surya, they punish the papis, right? They are the ones they always punish people who commit papas in the intermediate spaces. Rodasyoha antardesheshu, between the earth and the heaven, in the intermediate spaces, they get punished. Right? Tatra nyasyante, they are kept there by vasavaihi, by the rays or by powers. By the powers of these seven Suryas, people reach those intermediate worlds where they receive the punishment they deserve for whatever they have done. Te sharira prapadyante yatha punyasya karmanaha apanyapadakeshasaha tatra teyo nijajanaha. So, after receiving that punishment, they shariraha prapadyante, they obtain new bodies. That means they are reborn, and people obtain this, but ashariraha, so they obtain defective bodies. What kind of defective bodies? Apani, apada and keshasaha. So some of them are born without hands, some without legs, some without hair, right? How? Who decides who gets what? Yatha punyasya karmanaha, according to their punya and papa, whatever. Apunyasya karmanaha, so according to the bad things that they have done. Apunya is same as papa, so whatever apunya they have done, based on that, based on their karma, they attain these defective bodies, and they are born in improper yonis. So ayonija, right? Born in other than proper yonis. They are born in ayonija. They become born in improper yonis. Rutva punarmrutyumapadyante adyamana swakarmabhihi ashatika krimaya iva tatah puyante vasavaihi. This is a very interesting, very famous statement. Mrutva punar mrutyum apadyante. It is not saying after having died you obtain another life. It is saying having died you obtain another death. Punaha mrutyum apadyante. Because you are not immortal, so upon death you obtain in your next rebirth another mortal life. So it is as though you obtain another death. Punaha mrutyum apadyante. And swakarmabhihi adyamanaha. So they are eaten away by their own karmas. They are being eaten away or consumed by their own deeds, whatever they have done. And they may be born in a variety of ways, like variety of desires, ashatikaha, and like insects, krimaya iva, like insects, they follow their desires and they are eaten away by their own deeds. So these deeds, the karmas are eating them away like insects, and tataha puyante vasavaihi, then they are purified by the powers or by the rays. Apaitam mrutyunjayati ya evam veda sakalvaivam vidbrahmanaha dirghashruttamo bhavati. So, ya evam veda, he who understands all of this, right? Mrutyunjayati, he will overcome this mrityu, and which means he will understand immortality or moksha. He who understands this, he will win over this bad kind of mrityu. Sakalu evam vid brahmana. So only such a brahmana who dirghashruttamo bhavati, he becomes the wise one or the learned one. He who understands all of this. Kashyapasyatis siddhagamanas siddhagamanaha tasyaisha bhavati. So the one who understands all of this, he becomes a atithi for Kashyapa, a guest for Kashyapa. You remember earlier it was told that Kashyapa doesn't leave Meru Parvata and we are not capable of reaching there and so on. But the one who understands all of this and overcomes the circle of life, death and rebirth, that person becomes a guest for Kashyapa. And Siddhagamana, he is capable of going there at will, and Siddha Agamana, he is capable of coming back to his life whenever he wants. So he becomes a Siddha who can go to Kashyapa whenever he wants, come back whenever he wants, and that is stated in this quoted Rigvedic mantra. Ayasmin saptavasavaha rohanti purvyaruhaha rushiraha dirghashruttamaha indrasya gharmo athitirite. So the 7 Suryas, Saptavasavaha, they are born before creation. Right? They were born even before the world was created. They are the cause of this world, in which Kashyapa, they have a place in him, and a shining Rishi by the name Dirghashruttama is the guest of that Indra, it says. So Dirghashruttamaha Indrasya Gharmaha Atitihi. So it is a Rigvedic mantra which is talking about some Rishi named Dirghashruttama, who is a guest of Indra himself. So essentially it is talking once again about the 7 Suryas and Kashyapa being the 8th one. And now there is an interesting observation about this name Kashyapa himself. Kashyapa pashyako bhavati yat sarvam paripashyati iti saukshmyat. Kashyapa is actually Pashyaka. Pashya means see. So Pashyaka is the one who sees, or the seer, and the seer becomes, instead of Pashyaka, he becomes Kashyapa. So Pashyakaha Kashyapaha bhavati. And why is it so? Because yat sarvam saukshmyat paripashyati. So everything in this world he pashyati, he sees, paripashyati, sees from all angles, right, or examines or observes carefully, saukshmyat, with sukshmate. So he is the one who observes everything very carefully and minutely, and therefore he is called Pashyaka, which has become Kashyapa.